Article 1 of the Constitution of Republic of Uganda, 1995, the House will receive a presidential address on the State of Nation on 5th June 2025. This will also mark the official state opening of the 5th session of the 11th Parliament. We shall be serving our last year as members of Parliament, as we pray whether we come back or... In addition, pursuant to Article 155, Sub-Article 1 of the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda, Parliament will receive a budget speech on 12th June 2025. I accordingly urge you to take note of these dates because they are very, very important dates in our calendar. Honorable members, I have been in touch with the Budget Committee. As you are aware, today's order paper is basically on appropriation, and we close the financial year. I've been in touch with the Budget Committee. They will be ready in the next 1 hour. But before that, we can do other work. We have a motion from seeking leave by Honorable Megade. And then we can also have other things first as we wait for the committee. Yes, Jonah?
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. Madam Speaker, I'm seeking your guidance. This morning, I received a notice to attend to a meeting scheduled by the Committee on Legal and Parliamentary Affairs at 10 o'clock in the morning. And when you observe this house, it's virtually empty. I've also seen a number of committees moving out, and yet we are in a very important process that would require the numbers. The guidance I'm seeking from you, Madam Speaker, is whether you could prevail over some of the committees that are also scheduling competing activities with plenary, which should actually take precedent and allow members to participate in this very important budgeting process, Madam Speaker.
Honorable members, this is a very important activity as a member of Parliament, appropriation. If you can't be there for appropriation, then what will you be there for? So all the members are requested to be in the House during appropriation, and if you don't come, the public is watching. Yes, Lob.
Honourable Speaker, we have said severally that the matters that we deliberate on here are very critical. You invited us this morning to deal with the appropriation bill. I see just the finance minister here. I don't know where the prime minister is because this is primarily her business. I don't know whether she's attending to a committee somewhere that there's all these parallel happenings, because I thought that we would all pay attention to this, which is critical. So perhaps even the committees that are sitting to handle what is actually important work, because committees operate on behalf of this House. So I thought that you would guide so that we have some kind of focus, because I'm also worried that we might have a quorum challenge when we are dealing with something as important as the appropriation bill. So would it not be good that we focus, that either we say, let's give the committees time to handle whatever they have to, and then we see when we deal with this matter, which is time-bound, by the way, according to the law, or that we draw all our energies to this critical work, the appropriation bill. The committee work, I believe, is not as urgent as this, which is time-bound within the law. so that everybody can come, including all the critical stakeholders that we require. Thank you.
Thank you. All the committees should come to the house. All members in the committee should come to the house, save for budget. And after the budget signing, they should also come to the house. Yes.
Madam Speaker, you have guided what I wanted to raise because you had said the committees, every member should come, but we know that the committees are sitting now, like Park and others. So hopefully the clerk now is going to ask them to suspend so that we all come and attend to this important issue.
We are also organizing, Madam Speaker, we are mobilizing our other colleagues, ministers, to come and attend to this important issue of the budget. Thank you.
But as ministers, how do you feel when we do appropriation without you in the house? How do you feel? Then at the end of the day, you go back and complain to the president, you know these people shifted money from here, that kind of thing. How do you feel when we do appropriation without you? Eh? For heaven's sake.
Madam Speaker.
You're going to monitor money that you don't know how much money has been put there, that you've not participated in giving. And we have 83. And we have only 3 here. Yes, Sarah, then...
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, I also suspect that the quorum is affected by what is going on the roads. It is really tough to access Parliament. I don't know what is happening. There are stops everywhere. It took me almost 30 minutes to move from just Kingdom Hall coming here. And when
Sarah,
yes, Right Honourable Speaker.
I also stay in a village. I also, if you want to reach a place early, you knew that the house is at 10. Why didn't you come early?
Right
Don't divert us, Sarah.
Can I complete what I wanted to say? What is going on? Because the security around Parliament is unusual, Right Honourable Speaker.
Which is security?
I was asked for my national ID. And I told them that if you don't know my face, that's when one police officer allowed me to come in. There are blockages.
I think there's a
problem. Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker.
No, you have a problem.
Madam.
Goret, let me have much of us then, Goret.
Madam Speaker, Sarah is one of my best friends. Busia District, we are grandchildren of Tororo. I get ashamed to say that she might be talking which is not the truth. I would have said she's lying, but I said she might be talking which is not the truth, because this morning I have used almost 3 routes to Parliament. I came first, went to Garden City, no checkup.
You also went to National Theatre?
I crossed to National Theatre, no checkup. I went to Jubilee Building at KCCA, no checkup. But what is important, Madam Speaker, is that our colleagues should have to give this session importance. Majorly, the people on the front bench.
And that's what LOP says, even
yes.
Jonathan.
And for now, I want to agree strongly with the LOP that the front bench should give, no, I keep agreeing with him. The problem is his boss who talks hopelessly. Madam Speaker, I withdraw that statement.
No. Yeah.
I withdraw that statement. Madam Speaker, I have withdrawn it. But Madam Speaker, Honorable Namuga, the foot soldier, has no authority to stand and point at me. Has no authority to stand at...
Goretti.
Honorable, when a member raises
sit.
the point of order, you sit. Right Honorable Speaker, the Honorable Geoffrey Macho, Member of Parliament for Busia Municipality, has said something interesting. He has said that my boss always speaks hopelessly. Honorable Speaker, as leader of the opposition and in this house, my boss is you. You are the Speaker of Parliament. I work under you as Speaker of Parliament. We all work under you as our Speaker and casually as our boss. Is Honorable Macho in order to say that the Speaker speaks hopelessly?
Honorable Macho, you have the most brilliant speaker if you don't know, who does not go to National Theatre, very sober 24/7. You're not in order. Can you withdraw your statement?
Madam Speaker, with all due respect to your chair, as one of the best speakers in Uganda since independence, I was not referring to you, I was referring to the boss of his political party, and he knows
So
it.
can you
And
withdraw,
therefore, Madam Speaker, I
decorum,
withdraw for the purpose of decorum
and
for the
apologize?
purpose, and therefore I apologize because I need the LOP to be given a card for NOP. I really apologize, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. He's having a maiden speech. Goretti?
I want to thank you, Right Honourable Speaker, for first of all adjourning this plenary to 10, because we need time to process this appropriation. Speaker.
By the way, I just want to make a reminder that this budget has not just started today. We have the budget framework paper, ministerial statements, and I am happy that my deputy gave you 3 weeks of debate. So the report will come and give us a summary of what they've done, what effect it has, and what will be done. Yes?
Right Honourable Speaker, this is a very important process to this country, and it's very embarrassing for the front bench to be empty. Actually, having 4 members, Right Honourable Speaker, yes.
Goretti, we've already made a ruling on that. We need the people in the House.
Right Honourable Speaker.
Government Chief Whip, can we have members in the House?
We stated, Madam Speaker, that we are mobilizing members to be in the House, and they are coming as we wait for the budget to come, as we wait for the budget committee. So we are going to have members. I think the honourable colleague should relax. This is a matter that we have already attended to. And also mobilize on your side so that the whole House can be full.
Right Honourable Speaker is very aware that we are the minority, and for now we are the majority. Right Honourable Speaker, I would request that once the report comes to the floor, we are given ample time to discuss this budget, because at times,
Madam,
Right Honourable Speaker.
Madam, unfortunately, you're now debating in anticipation. You had a lot of time with this report. What is foreign affairs?
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker and colleagues. Mine is a matter of national importance.
Raise that issue when these people come. I know your issue.
Madam Speaker, the Prime Minister is here. And with your indulgence, Madam Speaker,
I am saying I have asked the Minister of Foreign Affairs to be here because I know you have an issue. Why don't you listen? Ekanya?
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, we appropriated resource here for different government departments, among which was for drugs in our hospitals and health centers. Right Honourable Speaker, I have received a complaint. I visited Mulago 2 days ago, and in my constituency, the distribution of drug is not as per the plan, which was presented to all hospitals. Right Honourable Speaker, isn't it proper for the Right Honourable Prime Minister to give us status report as we come to the close of the financial year on the distribution of drug for the last half of the financial year? Right Honourable Speaker, I beg.
Prime Minister, I hope you heard what they said. When you want to call, kindly go out and make a call.
Right Honourable Speaker, I was trying to communicate some of the ministers to be here in the House, so that's what I was trying to do. But Honourable Kanya, I request that you come again and I get your question.
Prime Minister, next time when you want to make a call, you just walk out there so that we know that you're busy, you're making a call, just out of respect for the House.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Let me restate it again. Right Honorable Speaker, we appropriated money for drugs for all hospitals, health center 4s, 2s, and 3. Right Honorable Speaker, I visited Mulago and I've received complaint from my health centers. The plan for distribution of drug has not matched with what was the plan that was issued. As of now, we are reaching the end of the financial year. Isn't it proper for the Right Honorable Prime Minister to give us a status report for drug distribution to all health centers in the country for the last half of the financial year?
So the Prime Minister will bring the report on Tuesday or Wednesday.
Right Honorable Minister, Right Honorable Speaker, on Tuesday, that report will be here.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item.
Motion seeking leave of the House to introduce a private member's bill, the Microfinance Deposit Taking Institutions Amendment Bill.
Honorable Migade.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I'm aware many colleagues are members of the Uganda Parliamentary Circle, where I'm a chair, and I move this motion in good spirit to also help the other circles in the country. The motion is seeking leave of the House to introduce a private member's bill entitled the Microfinance Deposit Taking Institutions Amendment Bill. It's moved under Rule 127 and 128 of the Rules of Procedure of Parliament. Whereas Article 79 of the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda, 1995, empowers Parliament to make laws on any matter for the peace, order, development, and good governance of Uganda. And whereas Article 94, 4B of the Constitution and Rules of Procedure, 127 and 128 of the Rules of Parliament permit a member to move a private member's bill, aware that the establishment, general governance, and regulations of savings and credit cooperative societies in Uganda is undertaken under the Cooperative Societies Act, CAP 107, and Tier 4, Microfinance Institutions and Moneylenders Act, CAP 61, and the Microfinance Deposit Taking Institutions Act, CAP 58, noting that an entity that intends to operate in Uganda as a savings and credit cooperative society is required under the Cooperative Societies Act to apply to the Register of Cooperatives under the Ministry of Trade for registration and issuance of a certificate of registration as a cooperative society, further noting that once a savings and credit cooperative society is registered and issued a certificate of registration under the Cooperative Societies Act, the savings and credit cooperative society is required under the Tier 4 Microfinance Institutions and Moneylenders Act to apply and obtain from the Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development a license to operate the business of savings and credit, recognizing that in addition to the requirements imposed on savings and credit cooperative societies under the Cooperative Societies Act and Tier 4 Microfinance Institutions and Moneylenders Act, the Microfinance Deposit Taking Institutions Act, CAP 61, requires savings and credit cooperative societies which have voluntary savings in excess of 1,500,000,000 and institutional capital above 500 million to be licensed by Bank of Uganda to transact microfinance business among their members. Concerned that the requirements on savings and credit cooperative societies under the Cooperative Societies Act, the Tier 4 Microfinance Institutions Act, and the Microfinance Deposit Taking Institutions Act have resulted in multiple overlapping regulatory and licensing requirements. thereby creating a complex business environment for savings and credit cooperative societies, leading to increased costs, potential for errors, and difficulties in complying with all obligations imposed under the law. Further concerned that the provisions under the Microfinance Deposit-Taking Institutions Act, bringing cooperative societies under the supervision of Bank of Uganda, ignore the fact that the structures, modalities, operations, and principles of savings and credit cooperative societies are different from those of microfinance deposit-taking institutions, since cooperatives, by their nature, are more concerned with their members' welfare and cooperation, while microfinance deposit-taking institutions are profit-driven. Cognizant that whereas the capital requirements for microfinance deposit-taking institutions are easy to prescribe, defining regulatory capital requirements for savings and credit cooperative societies is particularly challenging, since capital invested by members of a savings and credit cooperative society may be withdrawn at any time, thereby fluctuating the voluntary savings and institutional capital held by savings and credit cooperative societies, and rendering the savings and capital requirements imposed under the Microfinance Deposit-Taking Institutions Act impossible to achieve. Firmly convinced that there is urgent need to amend the Microfinance Deposit-Taking Institutions Act, CAP 58, to remove all references to registered societies made under the Act in order to harmonize the regulatory framework applicable to savings and credit cooperative societies in Uganda. Now, therefore, this motion is moved that this Parliament accepts the introduction of a bill for an act entitled the Microfinance Deposit-Taking Institutions Amendment Bill, a draft of which is attached here to. Right Honourable Speaker, I beg to move.
Thank you, Honourable Migande. Seconded. Seconded. Susan, Isaac, Timu, Sarah, Gureme, Dr. Ruyonga, Catherine, Honourable Lanyo, Honourable Onekesa, Okoti, Kweni, Karamoja. Thank you, thank you. Would you want to speak to your motion?
Thank you very much, Honourable Speaker, and I thank the colleagues for the overwhelming secondment. Right Honourable Speaker, my justification is the laws governing operations of SACCOs in Uganda include the Cooperative Societies Act, CAP 107, and the Tier 4 Microfinance Institutions Act. An entity that intends to operate in Uganda as a SACCO must fulfill the following. One, which is A, obtain a certificate of registration from the Register of Cooperatives as required under the Cooperative Societies Act. B, obtain a license to operate the business of savings and credit from the ministry responsible for finance as required under the Tier 4 Microfinance Institutions and Money Lenders Act. C, if the SACC has a voluntary savings in excess of 1,500,000,000 shillings and institutional capital of 500 million, obtain a license from Bank of Uganda to transact microfinance business among their members as required in the Microfinance Deposit-Taking Institutions Act, CAP 61. The requirement to obtain a license from the Bank of Uganda under the Microfinance Deposit-Taking Institutions Act, CAP 61, was a recent requirement introduced in 2016. Prior to the 2016, SACCOs were regulated by a register of cooperatives and be issued with a license to operate savings and credit business. In 2016, Parliament, through the Tier 4 Microfinance Institutions and Money Lenders Act 2016, made various amendments to the Microfinance Deposit-Taking Institutions Act 203 to extend the application of the Microfinance Deposit-Taking Institutions Act 2003 to cooperative societies registered under the Cooperative Societies Act. The amendment made by the Tier 4 Microfinance Institutions and Money Lenders Act 2016 to the Microfinance Deposit-Taking Institutions Act 2003 include, among others, a new definition of a registered society and a provision extending the application of the Microfinance Deposit-Taking Institutions Act 203 to registered societies which have voluntary savings in excess of 1 billion. The amendment extended the application of the Microfinance Deposit-Taking Institutions Act to SACCOs which have voluntary savings in excess of 1 billion. The amendment meant that SACCOs were segregated into two categories. Those that are regulated by Ministry of Finance and those regulated by Bank of Uganda. Right Honorable Speaker, this is against the cooperative principle worldwide where SACCOs belong to one regulator. In 2022, government, through the Microfinance Deposit Taking Institutions Amendment Bill 2022, proposed various amendments to the Microfinance Deposit Taking Institutions Act 2003, including a proposal to insert a new definition of registered societies and a provision extending the application of the Microfinance Deposit Taking Institutions Act 2003 to registered societies. The amendments proposed under the Microfinance Deposit Taking Institutions Act 2022 were similar to amendments that were made by Parliament to the Microfinance Deposit Taking Institutions Act 2003 and therefore Microfinance Institutions and Moneylenders Act 2016. Parliament rejected the proposals contained in the Microfinance Deposit Taking Institutions Amendment Bill 2022, reasoning that the application of the Microfinance Deposit Taking Institutions Act Cap 58 to cooperative societies will create regulatory ambiguity, since cooperative societies are fundamentally different in structure, operations, goals, and general regulatory framework from microfinance deposit-taking institutions to which the Act applies. Despite the rejection by Parliament of the amendments contained in the Microfinance Deposit-Taking Institutions Act Bill 2022, the amendments that were earlier introduced the Microfinance Deposit-Taking Institutions Act 2003 under the Tier 4 Microfinance Institutions and Moneylenders Act 2016 are still applicable to registered cooperative societies, thereby creating a triple regulatory framework which has resulted in cooperative societies being registered and supervised by the Register of Cooperatives in the Ministry of Trade under the Cooperative Societies Act, licensed by the Ministry of Finance under Tier 4 Act, and issued with a license to operate under the Microfinance Deposit-Taking Institutions Act by Bank of Uganda. The amendments also resulted in multiple and overlapping regulatory licensing requirements, thereby creating a complex business environment for savings and credit cooperative society, leading to increased costs, potential for errors, and difficulties complying with all obligations imposed under the law. The amendments also ignored the fact that the structures, modalities, operations, and principles of savings and credit societies are different, like I stated earlier. The amendment also created compliance challenges, since it is impossible to define capital requirements for savings and credit cooperative, like I mentioned earlier. The bill now proposes to amend the Microfinance Deposit-Taking Institutions Act to delimit the application of the Act to SACCOs. This will allow SACCOs to be regulated under the Cooperative Societies Act Cap 107 and the Tier 4 Microfinance Institutions and Moneylenders Act 61. Right Honorable Speaker, for record, the SACCOs with the capital requirement, for example, is parliamentary SACCO. In the fourth year, members withdraw their savings to go for campaigns, because many save for that specific. And that means that at every fourth year, if that is the assumption that you save for campaign, then you have the SACCO will be registered by Bank of Uganda, and the fourth year it goes back to finance, because then the capital requirement will no longer be there. So there is no reason why we send parliamentary SACCO, Wazalendo, police SACCO, URS SACCO, and all the other. Now you also have the miogas. So that means there is going to come a time when all the miogas are all going to be used by Bank of Uganda. And the right honorable speaker,
when the savers withdraw their finances.
Yeah, exactly. What some SACCOs are now doing is because to limit the reserves. So when they have about 400 million, and they know when you exceed the 500 million, you go to Bank of Uganda. So what they do is to limit membership and to limit deposits, so that they keep within the lower limit. So that's why we move this motion, Right Honorable Speaker. And my prayer is that as the last 1 week we have seen, it is possible to really access a certificate of financial implication within a short period, and that's my prayer.
Thank you. Honorable members, I put a question that Honorable Migade Robert Ndukwa be granted leave to introduce a private member's bill titled the Microfinance Deposit-Taking Institution Amendment Bill. Those in favor send a contrary nay. Let's have it. And pursuant to Rule 127(3) of the Rules of Procedure, I will ask the clerk to accord the member the required professional assistance in drafting the bill and ensuring that he gets the certificate of financial implication. And meanwhile, the Prime Minister, we approved money in this House, 33 billion, that government was, that the circle, parliamentary circle, was demanding from government. The money was paid by government because government took the parliamentary circle land, and that money was paid. To date, members want their money. The money has not been paid. The money is sitting in some people's offices. As we come back to the House, we want a response from you on what is happening on that money. The chairman of the circle should be able to give you all the information, and you report, because that money is for these members. It's for these members.
Right Honorable, for record, I think it's better the Prime Minister gets this information on record as opposed to when we are out. We thank this Parliament that we cooperated with the government and under compulsory acquisition, and indeed they took the land belonging to us. That's the Uganda Parliamentary Circle. Valuation was done. We met the President and the Right Honorable Speaker through you many times. A number of meetings were held. The reason for those meetings was to have a speedy compensation. This Parliament approved the money through a supplementary, and since we approved the supplementary, this money has not yet been paid. Finance informed us that this money was actually remitted to the Ministry of Defense, and it has been seated on their accounts for now almost a month, actually more than a month. So it beats the understanding. Why do we make supplementary requests? I thought, and when we try to inquire, they are now doing internal processing, the bureaucracy, you call it, is from one table to the other individual. So, Right Honorable Speaker, the appeal we have to the Prime Minister and this Parliament is, can we be paid so that this money reaches our accounts? If it means by close of business today, let it come, because we know the money is actually there. Thank you very much.
Honorable Prime Minister, as we suspend the House, when we return, you'll give us a feedback on that.
Much obliged, Right Honorable Speaker.
And as you've heard, the chairman is saying members want their money. That is, members have been saving, and if you're failing to pay back members their money, then there's a problem. They are not asking for what is not theirs, it is theirs. Now, members will suspend the House for 1 hour for us to receive the budget.
in Uganda today comes with so many uncertainties.
Where will Madam get Kameza?